sounds. For cost of living tips and advice, go to bbc.co.uk.
Now on BBC One, the BBC Lunchtime News with Martine Croxall.
Good afternoon. President Biden has ordered federal aid to be sent to Mississippi as emergency services work to help hundreds of people who've been left homeless by a tornado. At least 25 people have been killed in Mississippi and one person in Alabama. Dozens have been injured. Our North America correspondent Sophie Long reports.
This is Rolling Fork, a small, close community in Mississippi. There is little left. They've lost loved ones, their homes, everything.
We get storms like bad rain or, probably high winds or something, but we never experience nothing like this where it can wipe out a whole town. Schools, children, parents, loved ones. It wiped out everything.
These girls said they came back to look for their belongings. They didn't find much. This is what remains of people's homes here in Rolling Fork. You can see washing machines, signs of a life that took place here before. The tornado struck in the middle of the night. Many people were sleeping. You can imagine just how terrifying that must have been. It meant many didn't hear the alerts.
Oh, man. Dear Jesus, please help them.
And seeing how the tree was blowing, and ran in the bathroom, closed the door, and jumped in the tub.
Francisco said the only warning he had was the noise of the wind, a sound that will haunt him forever.
It was terrifying, and it's like something that I never want to go through again. I don't want to experience that again in their life. But I made it through there, but it was scary.
He survived by sheltering in his bathroom, the only bit of the house that's still partially standing. There is some long-term resentment here. Mississippi is the poorest state in America, and some feel forgotten by leaders in the nation's capital.
Excuse my language, damn, you forgot about us? Just because we are the last in everything, you forgot about us? That's not right. That is very heart-wrenching, other than we lost everything, and we feel that we don't have support from the superior people also.
President Biden described what happened here as heartbreaking and said he and the First Lady are praying for those who had lost loved ones. But people here are asking for more than prayers and emergency relief. They want long-term support. Sophie Long, BBC News, Rolling Fork, Mississippi.
The sale of laughing gas to the public is to be banned as part of a wider government crackdown on antisocial behaviour to be announced tomorrow. The gas, nitrous oxide, has legitimate uses in medicine and dentistry as an anaesthetic, but when taken as a psychoactive drug, the government says its use is contributing to antisocial behaviour. Here's our political correspondent Helen Catt.
It's the sort of behaviour that blights lives and costs millions to clean up, says the government. Graffiti and vandalism among the targets of a new strategy being launched tomorrow. And it's now confirmed it also has nitrous oxide, or laughing gas, in its sights. The second most used drug among 16 to 24-year-olds, the tiny silver canisters which carry it often left scattered across public spaces.
If you walk through any urban park, you will see these little silver canisters, which are the evidence of people regarding public spaces as arenas for drug taking. That is unacceptable. People should feel that those spaces are being looked after in a way which means that they are safe for children.
Ministers have not yet made clear what the detail of the ban would be. It's already illegal to produce or supply the gas for its psychoactive effects. The Independent Advisory Council on the Misuse of Drugs advised against banning it outright. Labour also says it would back a crackdown.
I think we want to see it banned as well, because I think it does cause a huge amount of littering, of disruption, and of antisocial behaviour challenges as well.
But Labour is accusing ministers of stealing its ideas for another part of its antisocial behaviour plan, the introduction of something the government's calling immediate justice. It will see people who commit vandalism, for example, have to start repairing the damage they've done within 48 hours of being told to do so. If the damage has already been fixed, they'd be given alternative tasks like picking up litter or removing graffiti, and they'd have to wear high-vis to show that justice was being done. Communities will also get a say in their punishments. It'll begin in 10 areas of England and Wales. Antisocial behaviour is showing up in government and opposition polling as a concern for voters, and one which they feel is being ignored. With elections on the way, it's an issue that may now become a lot more visible. Helen Catt, BBC News.
Black children are up to 6 times more likely to be strip searched by police in England and Wales, according to a report commissioned after the Child Q scandal. The 15-year-old black schoolgirl was strip searched by police while on her period after being wrongly suspected of carrying cannabis. Research by the Children's Commissioner has revealed nearly 3,000 strip searches of children aged 8 to 17 took place in the 4 years to mid-2022, with more than half happening without an appropriate adult present. England take on Ukraine this afternoon in their second Euro 2024 qualifying game, following their victory in Italy on Thursday. Nesta McGregor is at Wembley. Nesta.
Yeah, good afternoon from a very wet and grey northwest London, where weather aside, it's been a glorious week for those inside the England camp, because in that 2-1 win over Italy in midweek, Harry Kane scored international goal number 54, surpassing Wayne Rooney to become England's all-time male leading goal scorer. And before kick-off today, he'll be presented with a special golden boot. And if you know Harry Kane, he'll be hoping for some more goals as well. There'll also be a tribute before kick-off to 1966 World Cup winner George Cohen, who passed away in December. As for the match, with it being against Ukraine, it has extra significance. The Russian invasion of Ukraine saw millions of Ukrainian displaced, and some of those have been invited today as well, and the families who took them in. So yes, there is a football match to be played and points at stake, but it'll also be a very emotional day for many reasons.
Nesta, thank you very much. You can see more on all of today's stories on the BBC News channel. The next news on BBC One is at 6:15. Bye for now.